Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey filled with moments of ease and difficulty, and no one is spared from the challenges that test the heart, mind, and soul. Hardship can feel overwhelming, leaving us in moments of despair, questioning why our prayers seem unanswered or why the burdens are so heavy. Yet, it is in these very moments that Allah's wisdom and mercy are most profound. He reminds us in the Quran, "So truly with hardship there is relief." Ash-Shar 94:6. This verse is a beacon of hope, a divine assurance that no matter how insurmountable the difficulty may seem, relief is on its way, and miracles often emerge in ways that we do not expect. The first step to enduring hardship is understanding that trials are not punishments but opportunities. They test our patience, strengthen our faith, and purify our hearts. Every challenge carries within it the seed of growth, and every difficulty is a chance to draw nearer to Allah. When we face adversity with trust and resilience, we open the door to transformation. Our hearts become more attuned to Allah's guidance, more receptive to subtle signs, and more aware of the blessings that await us. It is often when we feel most desperate that the unseen hands of Allah are working to guide us towards solutions, relief, and even miracles. Recognizing Allah's mercy in times of hardship requires awareness and reflection. Sometimes the signs of His intervention are not grand or immediate. They appear as small changes, moments of clarity, timely guidance, or opportunities that seem coincidental but are in reality divine. A message from a friend that lifts your spirit, a chance encounter that redirects your path, or an unexpected solution to a persistent problem, all are signs that Allah has not abandoned you. The Quran reminds us, "And it may be that you dislike a thing while it is good for you, and it may be that you love a thing while it is bad for you. Allah knows while you do not know." Al-Baqarah 2:216. These subtle signs are part of His perfect plan, unfolding at the precise moment you need them most. Real-life examples of divine intervention illustrate the miraculous nature of Allah's care. Consider someone struggling with financial hardship, praying daily for relief, and suddenly receiving assistance from an unexpected source, or discovering an opportunity that resolves multiple problems at once. Another person may be battling illness, praying for strength, and finding guidance in the form of a treatment, a healer, or even a lesson that shifts perspective and brings healing. Each story is a testament to the fact that when we persevere, when we maintain hope, and when we trust Allah, miracles, sometimes subtle, sometimes profound, manifest in our lives, often in ways far beyond our imagination. Cultivating patience, trust, and unwavering faith is essential during trials. The heart that surrenders to Allah's plan finds calm amidst the storm. Patience does not mean passivity, it means remaining steadfast, continuing to pray, reflecting on His guidance, and taking proactive steps aligned with faith. Trusting in Allah's timing allows the believer to release despair, knowing that relief and blessings will arrive exactly when they are meant to. Faith transforms hardship into a journey of growth, preparing the soul to recognize and receive miracles when they unfold. Finally, preparing for Allah's blessings ensures that when relief comes, we are ready to embrace it fully. By staying hopeful, remaining attentive to signs, and aligning our actions with sincerity and devotion, we position ourselves to receive the miracles He sends. Life's challenges are temporary, but the transformation of the heart and the manifestation of divine blessings last forever. In every hardship lies the promise of relief, in every trial the possibility of a miracle, and in every moment of despair the reminder that Allah is always near, ready to guide, protect, and bless those who place their trust in Him. Trials and hardships are an inevitable part of life, and understanding their purpose is the first step in maintaining hope during difficult times. Every person, no matter their status, wealth, or piety, will face challenges that test the heart, mind, and soul. The Quran teaches us that life is a test, and every difficulty carries within it the potential for spiritual growth, purification, and closeness to Allah. Do you think that you will enter paradise, while Allah has not yet tested those of you who fought hard and remained steadfast? Al-Imran 3:142. This verse reminds us that hardships are not punishments, but opportunities for the heart to develop patience, resilience, and deeper faith. They are designed to elevate the believer, to remove weaknesses, and to cultivate qualities that prepare one for greater blessings. Understanding trials begins with recognizing that difficulties are temporary, while the lessons and growth they provide are eternal. When we face hardship, it is natural for the heart to feel heavy, for the mind to question, and for the soul to struggle. Yet these very challenges offer a chance to strengthen our relationship with Allah, to turn sincerely toward Him in prayer, and to develop trust in His wisdom. Sometimes what appears as a loss, a setback, or a painful situation is actually a blessing in disguise, guiding us away from harm, preparing us for opportunities, or shaping our character in ways we could not achieve otherwise. The Quran emphasizes this principle, and it may be that you dislike a thing while it is good for you, and it may be that you love a thing while it is bad for you. Allah knows, while you do not know. Al-Baqarah 2:216. When the heart grasps this truth, it begins to see trials as purposeful, transforming despair into hope and frustration into patience. Trials also teach the believer humility and reliance on Allah. In moments of difficulty, human control is limited, and the awareness of our dependence on Allah becomes clearer. Hardships force us to recognize our limitations, acknowledge our need for divine guidance, and submit to His will. This submission is not passive resignation, it is an active engagement of the heart, a conscious turning toward Allah in prayer, reflection, and reliance. The believer learns that no matter how much effort is exerted, or how carefully plans are made, ultimate outcomes are determined by Allah alone, and He alone knows what is best for each soul. Reflection on personal experiences and the experiences of others often reveals that hardships are precursors to blessings. Someone who faced rejection in a career may later receive an opportunity perfectly suited to their skills and purpose. A person struggling with a personal loss may gain clarity, wisdom, or resilience that shapes their future in profoundly positive ways. Even everyday inconveniences and challenges, delays, obstacles, or unplanned changes can carry lessons that mold character, instill patience, and prepare the believer for greater ease and prosperity. The key lies in perception, seeing every trial not as punishment, but as a stepping stone toward growth, guidance, and future relief. Trials also strengthen empathy and compassion. A person who experiences difficulty develops the ability to understand and support others facing similar situations. Hardship softens the heart, teaching kindness, patience, and awareness of the struggles of others. This spiritual and emotional growth is a hidden blessing that transcends the immediate challenge, leaving a lasting impact on character and relationships. Ultimately, understanding that trials are a part of life creates a foundation for hope. It instills the knowledge that hardship is temporary, purposeful, and often the pathway to blessings that are unseen in the moment. It encourages the believer to respond with patience, faith, and resilience, recognizing that no challenge is wasted, no suffering is meaningless, and every trial carries the potential to draw the heart closer to Allah, to cultivate gratitude, and to prepare the soul for the miracles and relief that He will bring at the perfect time. Recognizing the signs of Allah's mercy during hard times is crucial for maintaining hope and faith, because often relief, guidance, and blessings come in ways that are subtle, unexpected, and sometimes even hidden from immediate perception. Human beings are naturally inclined to look for dramatic or immediate solutions, expecting miracles to appear in the form of sudden changes or obvious interventions. Yet Allah's wisdom is perfect, and His methods of answering prayers and providing relief are often beyond our comprehension. The Quran reminds us, "And whatever strikes you of disaster, it is for what your hands have earned. But He pardons much." Ash-Shura 42:30. This verse highlights that while hardship may occur as a consequence of worldly challenges, Allah's mercy and provision are always present, often woven into the circumstances themselves, in ways that are not immediately obvious. Recognizing signs of mercy requires attentiveness, reflection, and a heart attuned to Allah. A believer must cultivate the ability to perceive the divine presence in daily occurrences, in the people they encounter, and in the opportunities and resources that appear unexpectedly. Sometimes what seems like a coincidence, a phone call, a message, an encounter, or a chance opportunity, is in fact a deliberate sign from Allah, guiding, protecting, or preparing the believer for relief. By observing these occurrences with mindfulness, the believer begins to see that Allah's mercy is never absent, even in moments of despair. Each sign is a reminder that He is near, listening, and actively involved in the life of every servant who turns to Him sincerely. Real-life experiences provide powerful illustrations of how Allah's mercy manifests. A person struggling with financial hardship may notice unexpected assistance arriving in small increments, a timely piece of advice, a gift from a friend, or a new source of income that resolves the problem gradually. Similarly, someone seeking guidance in personal matters may encounter people, lessons, or situations that point them toward the correct decision, often through a sequence of subtle but meaningful signs. These moments, which may initially appear coincidental or mundane, are in fact divine interventions designed to provide relief, clarity, or protection. Recognizing them requires awareness, patience, and gratitude, as the heart learns to distinguish between mere chance and intentional guidance from Allah. Even in the midst of difficulty, Allah's mercy often comes through the transformation of perspective and inner strength. A person may find that their struggles teach resilience, patience, and reliance on Allah, qualities that ultimately bring blessings in ways that are unseen at first. Relief does not always arrive in the form expected, but when the heart is open, these subtle signs of guidance and support can lead to profound change, opportunities for growth, and eventual resolution of hardship. Sometimes the answer to a prayer is not immediate removal of the problem, but the cultivation of patience, gratitude, and spiritual maturity that prepares the believer for even greater blessings in the future. Recognizing divine mercy also deepens faith and trust in Allah. When a believer becomes attuned to the subtle ways in which Allah provides, guides, and protects, they begin to understand that nothing is random, nothing is wasted, and every event carries purpose. They learn to trust that even when relief seems delayed, Allah is orchestrating circumstances in the best possible way, and that His timing is always perfect. This awareness transforms fear and despair into hope and confidence, reinforcing the belief that no hardship is permanent, and no prayer is ever ignored. By cultivating attentiveness to Allah's signs, reflecting on His guidance, and remaining patient, the believer becomes capable of perceiving His mercy in all situations. Each small act of support, every subtle opportunity, and even the lessons hidden within trials are manifestations of divine care. Recognizing these signs not only strengthens faith, but also nurtures hope, patience, and gratitude, preparing the heart to receive the relief, blessings, and miracles that Allah sends at the precise moment they are most needed. Real-life examples of miracles and answered prayers illustrate the profound truth that Allah's help arrives at the perfect time, often when hope seems lost and despair threatens to overwhelm the heart. These stories remind us that even in the darkest moments, Allah's mercy is near, and His intervention can manifest in ways that are unexpected, subtle, or beyond human imagination. The Quran reassures us, "And your Lord is never unjust to the servants." Al-An'am 6:141. This verse emphasizes that Allah's justice and mercy are constant, and that no hardship occurs without purpose, and no prayer goes unheard. By reflecting on real-life instances of divine assistance, believers can cultivate patience, hope, and faith, knowing that miracles are not rare exceptions, but manifestations of Allah's continuous care. Consider someone facing financial difficulties, praying daily for relief, and struggling to meet basic needs. For months it may appear that their efforts are fruitless, and that their prayers are unanswered. Yet in a seemingly ordinary sequence of events, they may receive a timely opportunity, a small donation, a job offer, or unexpected assistance from someone they had not considered. Each of these events, which may appear coincidental to the casual observer, is part of Allah's intricate plan, guiding the believer toward relief and stability. What initially seemed impossible becomes possible, and the person realizes that their prayers were never ignored. They were simply answered in a way that aligned with divine wisdom and perfect timing. Similarly, someone struggling with a personal or relational challenge may pray for clarity, guidance, or reconciliation. Over time, the answers may appear through conversations, subtle signals, or encounters that provide insight and direction. A friend's advice at a crucial moment, a mentor's guidance, or a series of events that unfold naturally may collectively resolve the issue in a manner that seems miraculous. These real-life instances demonstrate that Allah's intervention often comes not as a sudden dramatic change, but through carefully orchestrated sequences of events that align with both divine wisdom and the believer's readiness to receive blessings. Miracles are not limited to material relief, they also occur in the transformation of the heart and mind. A person burdened by grief or despair may experience a sudden sense of peace, clarity, or renewed purpose that shifts their perspective and provides the strength to persevere. A student struggling with studies may find guidance through the right teacher, the perfect resource, or the timely encouragement that allows them to succeed against odds. Even small, seemingly mundane events can carry profound significance when viewed through the lens of faith. Each moment becomes a thread in a larger tapestry of divine care, demonstrating that Allah's hand is at work even when it is not immediately visible. Real-life examples also illustrate the importance of persistence and consistency in prayer. Many believers report that miracles occur after sustained supplication, patience, and reliance on Allah. It is in the act of continuing to pray, to trust, and to maintain faith despite delays and challenges that the heart becomes prepared to receive divine intervention. These stories inspire hope and encourage believers to remain steadfast, knowing that Allah's timing is perfect, and that He orchestrates circumstances for maximum benefit, even when it requires waiting and enduring hardship. By reflecting on real-life examples of answered prayers and miracles, the believer is reminded that despair has no place in the heart of one who trusts Allah. Each story reinforces the truth that relief, guidance, and blessings arrive in ways that are precise, purposeful, and often extraordinary. These examples nurture hope, strengthen faith, and cultivate patience, showing that even the darkest moments are temporary. and that divine assistance is always near, ready to transform difficulty into ease and despair into blessings. Recognizing these manifestations of Allah's mercy allows the believer to maintain trust, remain vigilant, and open their heart fully to receive the miracles He sends at exactly the right moment. Cultivating patience, trust, and unwavering faith is essential when navigating the trials of life, because these qualities allow the heart to remain anchored even when circumstances feel overwhelming or uncertain. Hardship often brings anxiety, frustration, and despair, and it is natural for the human heart to question why challenges occur, or why prayers seem delayed. Yet the Quran teaches us that patience and trust in Allah are not passive qualities. They are active practices that strengthen the soul, cultivate resilience, and prepare the believer to recognize and receive the relief and blessings Allah has destined. O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. Al-Baqarah 2, 153. This verse emphasizes the vital role of patience, combined with consistent supplication, in navigating difficulties and aligning with divine wisdom. Patience is not simply waiting, it is maintaining hope, composure, and trust while continuing to strive and act within the boundaries of what Allah has prescribed. A believer practicing patience acknowledges that Allah's timing is perfect, even when human understanding is limited. They recognize that every setback, delay, or challenge carries a purpose, whether it is to strengthen character, provide protection, or prepare the heart for greater blessings. When patience is coupled with trust, the believer cultivates a calm and resilient mindset, one that is capable of enduring difficulties without despair, and capable of seeing the hidden wisdom in every event. Trust, or tawakkul, is closely intertwined with patience. It is the conscious decision to place reliance on Allah, knowing that He controls every detail of life, that He is all-knowing, and that His plan is perfect. Trust does not remove the need for effort or action, rather it harmonizes human endeavor with divine will. For example, a person struggling with illness may take necessary steps for healing, seek medical advice, and care for themselves, all while maintaining trust that ultimate recovery and outcomes are in Allah's hands. This balance between effort and reliance transforms the believer's experience of hardship, converting fear and anxiety into hope, clarity, and serenity. Faith is strengthened through repeated experiences of patience and trust. When a believer faces trials with these qualities, they begin to observe patterns of divine intervention, subtle guidance, and the eventual resolution of difficulties. Each hardship endured with patience becomes a testament to Allah's mercy and wisdom, reinforcing the understanding that He is always near, that He hears prayers, and that He responds in the manner best suited to the believer's needs. Faith cultivated in hardship is resilient. It is not shaken by temporary setbacks or delays, because the believer has internalized the truth that divine timing is flawless, and that every challenge carries purpose. Real-life experiences provide vivid illustrations of the power of patience, trust, and faith. Consider someone praying for guidance in a career or relationship, feeling anxious as months pass without a clear answer. By maintaining consistent prayer, reflection, and trust in Allah's plan, they eventually encounter opportunities, insight, or encounters that provide the precise solution they needed. The delay, which may have seemed discouraging at first, was in reality preparing them, refining their judgment, and aligning circumstances for the greatest benefit. Similarly, someone enduring personal or financial challenges may notice that incremental relief or support appears gradually, guiding them towards stability and growth in a manner that is both measured and perfect in timing. Patience, trust, and faith transform not only the outcome of hardship, but also the heart itself. The believer learns to navigate life's uncertainties with hope, confidence, and gratitude, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. These qualities allow the soul to remain resilient in adversity, receptive to signs of divine intervention, and prepared to embrace blessings when they arrive. By cultivating patience, maintaining trust, and strengthening faith, the believer positions themselves to witness the unfolding of Allah's mercy, guidance, and miraculous relief in ways that are both profound and life-changing. Preparing for the blessings of Allah is an essential step in maintaining hope and faith during times of hardship, because it ensures that when relief and miracles arrive, the heart and mind are ready to recognize, embrace, and act upon them. Life's trials often obscure the path forward, making it difficult to perceive the solutions and blessings that are already in motion. Yet the Quran reminds us, and whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. At-Talaq 65:3. This verse emphasizes the importance of surrendering to Allah's plan while remaining actively engaged in preparation, ensuring that we do not miss the opportunities He places before us. Preparing for blessing involves aligning the heart, mind, and actions with faith, cultivating awareness, and remaining attentive to signs of divine guidance. The first aspect of preparation is cultivating hope and optimism, even in the midst of adversity. A believer who maintains hope is able to navigate difficulties with resilience, patience, and clarity. They understand that hardships are temporary, and that every trial carries within it the potential for relief, growth, and eventual blessings. This mindset transforms the way challenges are experienced, turning fear and despair into motivation, faith, and anticipation of Allah's mercy. By embracing hope, the believer remains spiritually open and emotionally receptive to the opportunities and interventions that Allah sends, even in forms that may initially seem unexpected or subtle. Preparation also requires attentiveness to signs and guidance. Allah often delivers blessings through pathways that may seem ordinary or coincidental, but are in reality orchestrated with precision. A timely meeting, a piece of advice, a small opportunity, or even a sequence of seemingly minor events can lead to life-changing outcomes. The believer who cultivates awareness and mindfulness is able to notice these signs, recognize their significance, and respond appropriately. This requires consistent reflection, prayer, and observation, allowing the heart to remain sensitive to divine guidance and ready to act when the right moment arrives. Practical readiness is another essential component. While reliance on Allah is fundamental, preparation involves using the skills, resources, and opportunities available to us. A student preparing for exams continues to study diligently while trusting that Allah's guidance will assist them. Someone seeking a livelihood develops their abilities, seeks opportunities, and maintains integrity while placing ultimate reliance on Allah for the result. This combination of effort, trust, and spiritual alignment ensures that the believer is positioned to receive blessings fully and effectively, rather than overlooking or misusing the opportunities that Allah provides. Real-life examples illustrate the power of preparation in receiving divine blessings. A person enduring financial difficulty who continues to plan, work, and remain patient may suddenly find an unexpected source of income or assistance that resolves the problem. A student praying for guidance while diligently studying may encounter the exact resource, teacher, or insight needed to succeed. Even small acts of reflection, sincerity, and effort can open doors that lead to significant life changes. These examples demonstrate that blessings are not random. They arrive in ways that correspond with preparedness, awareness, and faith, emphasizing the harmony between human effort and divine orchestration. Spiritual preparation strengthens trust, gratitude, and receptivity. When a believer aligns their heart and actions with Allah's guidance, they are ready to accept His blessings fully, with a clear mind and a sincere heart. Preparation also fosters humility, as the believer recognizes that every opportunity, solution, and miracle comes from Allah alone, and that personal effort is a means through which His mercy is manifested. By preparing spiritually, mentally, and practically, the believer ensures that they are not only able to receive blessings, but also able to use them wisely and with gratitude. Ultimately, preparing for Allah's blessings transforms hardship into opportunity, anxiety into hope, and waiting into active engagement with faith. It positions the heart to recognize miracles, respond to guidance, and embrace relief with gratitude and awareness. By maintaining hope, remaining attentive to signs, and combining effort with trust, the believer aligns with Allah's plan, ensuring that when the time comes, blessings arrive in full effect, manifesting in ways that are both profound and transformative, demonstrating the power of faith, patience, and divine orchestration.